Hmm. Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. Today, this week, a lot happened on the chat. So basically, I will just be explaining that here. So this is good. So let me go through good on how I was able to navigate myself my way around good this week and see if you all have same view with me and to understand the way you all has been doing or have been trading this week. So first of all, let's start from here. Let's start from here. Let's start from here. So now, what's happening? First of all, price has actually been doing what? Price has actually what's been selling over here. Price has been selling over here. So since price has been selling over here, what the price now do? Price now begin to buy from what the 3 hours order block over here. This is it. Price began to buy. Price began to buy from a 3 hours order block. This was it. This was a 3 hours order block. Mm, come in. Yeah. So this is it now. So price began to buy from 3 hours of that block. Okay. So what's happening now? This is what's happening. This is engineer liquidity. Okay, price began to push to the upside. Okay. So now what's the thing now that is happening here? Initially I have an entry over here. Initially I have an entry over here, which I've been waiting for a very long time now. I don't know when it's going to trigger, but that's it. That's that for that. Yeah. So let's just continue. So price started buying from 3 hours of that block. Okay. So what happened here now? Okay, this is what happened. Price gave confirmation. Then what price I buying? That's good for the market, not me. But let's continue. So now price has actually was been buying. Then suddenly what happened over here? Suddenly what happened? Price started creating trend line liquidity. Just as it. This is it. Price started creating trend line liquidity over here now. This trend line liquidity now, what is it telling you? It's telling you that what? Price is going to bounce, but there's definitely gonna be what a push to clear the liquidity, like something like this, maybe something like this. I don't know, but I just have it in mind that what there is definitely going to be a push that's gonna take out this trend line liquidity that you're seeing here. But let's continue. Let's continue. So let's continue. So now, how was I able to take this cell you're seeing here? First of all, this is what happened on the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah. So price has actually been creating high, low, high, low, high, low, created another high over here. Then price started ranging over here. So whenever price is ranging over here, I see that as what? A liquidity that price is going to what? To take out. So now imagine now price took out the low first for here. That means if price will take out the low over, that means price is going to what? Buy to take out what? The high. Let me explain. This is it. This is it. Turn, turn, turn. This is it. Good. So now price is actually ranging on this spot over here. Price is actually ranging on this spot over here now. So now, if price now is to what? If price is to what? Come do something like this now. Remember, the up and down sides are what? Liquidity. This is a liquidity. This is a liquidity. And this is as well a liquidity over here. This is as well a liquidity over here. So now, for you to know the direction of the market, whenever you want to trade um, a range or consolidation liquidity, that is ranging liquidity, this is all you have to look out for. For price to look at where price is breaking first. Okay, now, if price should do something like this now, over here now, break out over here, that's going to let you know that what price is definitely going to what come down to clear this zone of liquidity over here, telling you that what price is going to what to come down over here. That's it. Then this likewise what goes the same way. If price should actually what do something like this now, price should first of all come down low here, taking out this liquidity spot you are seeing over here. What's price going to do? Price is going to what take out the high as well. Boom. So that is it. I hope this is with this explanation you'll be able to understand and get it and get all I've been saying right now. So but let's continue. So this is it. Price was actually what ranging over here. What did price do? I spot the ranging, I spot this place. This place now is actually what? A breaker. So now whenever you're looking at liquidity, always look at what I always say it. I say look at the one closest to your liquidity. So now this my breaker now is the one closest to my liquidity. So I tapped it on this breaker over here as my entry. So what am I doing? Then initially my TP was here. My TP was somewhere here. Mm, yeah, something like this. My TP was here because I was thinking price is going to want to clear out the low over here. So which price did not actually what portray. So but let's continue. So now I checked out now, okay. After price start buying, I said, okay, what's happening? What the price trigger? What's making price to buy? What's happening? What am I not getting clear? What am I not understanding? What am I lacking? So I had to go down here to 15 minutes time frame to look at the chart where I said, oh, price actually tapped on this breaker block. And if you check on 2 hours time frame, because I had to see very well, get like a clue to know exactly what's happening. I check on 2 hours time frame, you see that's what an order block. Where is it? Okay, yeah. So look at it here. This was what another block. This is it, another block over here. So immediately I saw that I said, oh, that means price is continuing what price is going to continue what the buying. So what did I do? Let me go back. So this is it. So this is it now. Boom. So okay, now you've understand this. Okay, now let's move on to know how this two other entry came up over here. This buy entry over here came up. Let me explain. So now let me go to my 5 minutes time frame. If that's okay. So now looking at here now, what will you understand? First of all, you understand that this is the high. This was a high over here. This was the last high after what the drawdown. That was after price dip down. This was what the last buy over here. That price was that happened in the market on the market over here. So now, for you now to understand now that whenever you want to change trend from what a selling trend over here, you want to take a buying that to change to know that market change direction for you to continue buying on the direction of the market. What are you going to do? Look at this high over here. What are you going to? You're going to wait for market to break past the high. Okay, price broke past the high. What happened? Price was ranging over here for a short while, then price did what? Price broke past this high over here. So now, since price broke past this high over here now, what is it letting you to know? It's letting you to understand that what price has changed in character. But first of all, we need more confirmations for you to know that what you actually know what you're doing in the chart. So now, look at it again. Then you look from this center, you see the high that price created. They did actually what? Break structure. This is it. This high now that broke past this previous high now broke structure, telling you that what buyers are now in the market, price has changed trend. Actually, what is now going to what continue to what its normal direction, which is actually what a buying trend. So now, since price broke past, broke break a structure, so what happened? Price pull back over here. Looking at the zone here over here that you're seeing, this is another block over here. Price did not tap on this other block. Instead, price continue buying, 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 buying. So what happened? Suddenly, price started retracing back to the market over here. Price started retracing back. So now, something you have to understand very well is that this thing now that you see me drawing here, let me take out this one first of all and explain this. So now, initially this way I would draw as what? As my I'll draw it here as my liquidity spot. This is it. I'll just draw something like this. Yeah. I'll just draw it out like okay, this is my liquidity spot over here. Like I can see this equal low liquidity. So but what happened? Price now did not actually what created an equal low. Instead, what the price has to create what we call a trendline liquidity, because price was actually what bouncing on what on the same what direction. This is it. So this now is now what's called a trendline liquidity over here, because what price actually what bouncing on the line, buying, bouncing on the line, buying, bouncing on the line, buying. So now there's something you have to understand about your point of interest over here. First of all, this is another block over here. Let me mark it out. This is another block. Yeah. This is another block. But something you have to understand about other block is what? Know how to draw your other block. So now, in other block now, what will you understand over here? The wick now is longer than the body. You choose the body over the wick because what the wick is what smaller. So I mark out the wick over here. Price came tap on the wick. I did not enter the trade because of what that's actually what not the point of interest that is supposed to trigger, because what that is telling you that what buyers that was coming into the market, like that's what we call trap in the market. So now what did he do? Price triggers the wick and what make a push over here, but it did not actually continue buying. What the price will start coming down over here to trigger what the body of the other block. candle. Okay, now this is what you have to understand. Now let's continue. So now look at this high over here. What is price doing over here? Price has been what? Creating what? A tap on this line over here, trend line as well. So this is it. Price has actually what? Be creating what? A trend line as well over here. A lot of people now, this is where TP comes in, take profit comes in. A lot of people will just drop it like this. Okay, okay, okay. They'll just drop it here over here. This is where some people take profit is going to be. But I did not do mine like that because of what? First of all, you have to understand what liquidity. Know where your liquidity, types of liquidity. There are a lot of different types of liquidity. So you first of all have to understand the liquidity. The fact that you have a trendline liquidity here does not mean there is no withdrawal on liquidity. So that's it. So now, what happened here? Price now what took out this high over here that you're seeing here. So when immediately price took out the high, what happened now? It's what broke structure over here, telling you that what price is actually what on an what uptrend over here now. So what do you do? Okay, let's continue. Go on a 3 minutes time frame. It was one day I posted a chart. Somebody was like, "Oh, so you do go on 3 minutes time frame?" Like, bro, I'm always on all time frame. I check just to be sure. You don't have to be left out. So this is it now. Price broke past this place now, creating what breakout structure here. What happened here? You notice now that what this is what a clear order block you're seeing here. Let me draw it out like this is it. Yeah. So you notice this is a clear order block you're seeing here. This is a very clear order block, and it hasn't what been mitigated before. So what happened? You just draw it out like this. What seeing price coming down over here, your mindset should just be telling you that even though price is not going to buy for long, price is definitely going to what respect this order block and what buy. So now let me explain now. How did I get this my overall TP that you all are seeing here? This is it. So this is the TP. This is how I got the TP over here. This high over here you're seeing here, price broke past this low, created a high over here. This is already telling you that this is the liquidity over here now. So now price, this is I had to draw the liquidity line out over here. So now price broke past what? The high. That's all I care for now, you understand? So now I'm coming. So let's continue. So that was the way I got that liquidity spot you're saying. So now price has what the price has towards after taking out that liquidity high over here. What the price do? Price had to come back again to the entry, creating I don't know what price was creating, sha. Came back before you know price start going up again. I don't know what the price was creating actually. So before you know, all of a sudden, the price was took out the high again because that high now broke this structure over here. So you know, whenever price breaks the structure, it's letting you know that what price is continuing to likely to break another structure again to the upside to continue what the trend direction. So now this now becomes like a new high over here. So I had to draw it out over here to see if price is going to break the structure. So suddenly price actually broke past the structure over here. So once price broke structure, I saw price ranging over here. You're saying this is the price came down over here, push up again to the upside. I said, okay, this is my liquidity. Okay, okay. Then I said, this is what is the same thing I explained over here. If you want to mark your entry on another block, the wick of the candle and the body. The wick is bigger than the candle, use the body bigger than the wick, use the wick. So over here I use the body. This was it. Boom. Price triggers it. So now this is the thing now that made me what? I don't even understand what was happening, because price was supposed to take past this high over here, but price did not take it. What the price created it for high. Hmm. So how did I analyze and keep this my TP over here? Let me show you. This was it. Mm, mm. So this was it. So this was how I was able to keep my this TP level over here. I was thinking price is going to what? To come here, because I saw that what? Price tapped on this breaker block. So this place is likely to be the spot that price is going to touch before price is going to retrace over here. But what the price do? Let me see where the price is. Price use the week of the. So let's continue though. We learn every day. So I was expecting price to take out this high, this previous high at least. Then all of a sudden price started dropping, took out the low, started dropping, came down again, start buying, price start malfunctioning. But to get this understanding, something I understand very well about this chart is once it's Friday, price start was misbehaving on Friday. Then Monday price start spiking by opening of the chart, like maybe Sunday night price will just spike opening, or maybe the news whatever pushes the chart. So yes, that was all that happened on this chart over here you're seeing. So now let's go to BTC. So let's go to BTC. So remember there was I actually dropped the setup here on BTC, yeah. So now the setup actually what took profit over here you're seeing. So yeah. So I actually posted that on X, and I even congratulated those that saw it, and those in favor I said yeah, congratulations to you all. So now this is what happened over here now. Price came down, took out this low over here now. What am I expecting in this chart now is still the same thing to me, because I have not seen anything that pushes the market to the upside. For example, let me continue. Break of structure to the downside, break of structure to the downside, good. So now, when the price trigger this, what triggers this buy that you're seeing that has been happening over here? Let's go on a daily time frame. So this was it now. There was a breaker block over here. Look at it, a breaker block over here. There was a breaker block over here, price tapped on, then price tower buying, which was actually what? Good. So now, but now, to me now, I don't even still think if this thing is going to buy from there or continue buying, because what? I don't think price is supposed to tap on this breaker block and start buying like that and start going. Because what? This was the previous high, yeah. So the previous high price came down over here. If I'm to go by technically with confirmation entry stuff here. Let me just continue. So this was the previous high. This line over here was the previous high. Price took out this high. Price came down over here. Created this low over here you're seeing here. To me, that's the liquidity spot over here to me. That's the liquidity. And this place now is another block on the daily time frame. Yeah, look at it. It's another block, clear other block on daily time frame over here. I'm expecting price to still come down over here, tap on this other block. Then if he wants to buy and go wherever he wants to go, that's good for the pair. So that is it. And to me now, this place I drop this sell is not even actually advisable for anything here. It's not advisable, but so I'm back. Sorry. So this sell now is not actually advisable for anyone to take care. But this is the way I got this sell here. It's very very easy. This is it. You can actually see the sketch I drew over here. That's like what's gonna happen for me to say, okay, this sell is actually valid. So this was it. Price actually was this same thing that happened here before the body. Price liquidity before the body of the other block. The same thing I'm seeing here again. Liquidity before the what? The body of the other block over here. So I'm expecting price to trigger the body of the other block, then boom, drop down again down here. Then before price comes to trigger this other block and start buying, if he wants to take out this high over here, I don't know, good for it. There's actually another block over here up here as well. So I hope you all are able to understand the reason why this style is happened over here. 1:10, yeah. So that's it for BTC. So let's go to another pair I trade again, which is actually is a pair. So what happened here? This is something a lot of people don't really understand that happened here. So now, if you check on my previous video, you know why this. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Check on my previous video, you know why these entries are being taken here, because I already explained that it's actually a trend line stuff here. So now this is something that happened here. Now what happened? This price that this pullback you're seeing here, let me zoom it well for people to see well. This, look at it. This long week you're seeing that happened here over here. The long week did not actually trigger this OB you're seeing here. This is it. So that's why it was you had to mark out the OB out like this. Since price did not trigger the OB then push, you mark it out the week like this as what liquidity. Mark it out as what liquidity. Good. So since you after marking that as liquidity, then use the rectangle, draw the other block over here. Draw the other block over here. Good. So this is it. So after drawing out the other block like this, what will you now do? Set out your position. So a lot of people now will start getting confused what's happening. Well, nothing really much is happening here. If you actually know what you're doing, nothing serious is happening here. So boom, you just set it because whenever you spot your liquidity, you always target the next high. So that's it. Simple. This is the liquidity, did not trigger the other block. Okay, price came down, sell down over here, triggering the other block over here, 60 pips also. Triggering the other block over here. You can still look for confirmation on this trade. Triggering the other block over here. Boom. There is even still more ways for more buy potentials. Price can actually even still buy to this place, causing just like minimum 1:10 stuff like that. Yeah. So I hope you get to understand this now. Don't come and start looking for way to do the other side. No, that's why it's good to always what Check out time frames on everywhere to know what you're doing. Somebody on 1 hour time frame, 2 hours time frame now will not understand what happened here. What would the person be doing now? Person will come and start saying, what happened? What happened here? What happened? Okay, this is this. You tap this one, you tap this one. That's why you go to let's check out time frame. For me to even get this thing understandable, to tell you that wait, I started from the time frame, start looking, okay, what happened there? This was the last break of structure over here. Price start after this last break of structure over here, you look at the low that gave the high over here. You say, okay, the low that gave the high is not mitigated to this other block. Our price is going to react from this other block. Good. As price start reacting from this other block, it's going to take out the opposite liquidity you're seeing here, which is this high over here. Easy, simple. So I believe that's all. Yeah, that's all. Nothing really much again. Nothing really much. So nothing really much. Oh. Then for this gold, you never can tell what will happen because for now the price action for this pair hasn't been stable, so we never can tell what will happen. But if anything happens, good for us because you never can tell what's going to happen. So that's it. So, but nevertheless, we're just watching the charts, just there on the charts. We're actually there on the charts, looking what's gonna happen. Yeah. So, and I appreciate all those that really understand. Even though I'm even surprised that a lot of people are even understanding the video, just watching the video and getting their understanding. I'm so surprised to some people here because it's not everybody that watch and understand stuff. But I'm so happy for those that do watch videos and understand. Then I appreciate those subscribing, yeah, because that is actually, and those even liking the video, commenting. If I should see the comments you all are doing, I'll be like, okay, people actually were getting along. Because if I'm not seeing all those things, me, I'll just rest. This thing is not even much. I'll just rest because I'll just be like, okay, like this is not even favoring, or maybe people are not understanding. So that's it. And nevertheless, for those that even actually, there are those that will just come to my DM and say, hi, your mentorship. Yeah, I actually offer mentorship here. So if you want to even go deep in anything, or maybe these videos I'm actually making, you want to get like a better full understanding for this teaching or the way I trade, analysis, strategy wise, whatever. Yeah, I do tutor advanced classes only. Yeah, so if you're an advanced person that you understand trading, so yeah, I could actually what mentor you and teach you better in a way that you understand, and you get to ask me one-on-one questions. Yeah, you're actually free to ask me one-on-one question, and whatever it is, definitely we are going to get answer to that and know how to get that resolved. Yeah, so thank you all and do have a great day. Yeah, so bye for now.